Hi everybody, Kaiwaza with you. Welcome back to my channel and our journey through my Hawaiian record collection. 2,500 records approximately, one record at a time. We're going through them and we are on the letter M. And I'm sorry if I'm just like sweating profusely or whatever, but oh my gosh, today is like super muggy. It's so muggy and kind of rainy off and on, very muggy. And I can't really wake up. I took like I had a kind of really busy weekend, and then I've worked the past couple days. Today's Wednesday, it's my day off, and I wanted to sleep in, so I took an Excedrin PM and had a really nice undisturbed sleep. But yeah, I'm one of those kind of people that's really susceptible to that kind of stuff, and like I can't today because I think of the Excedrin PM and it's so hot and so muggy, like I cannot wake up. So I've had coffee, I've had Diet Coke, whatever. When I'm done with this video, I think I'm just gonna go out to some air-conditioned coffee house and have like a triple espresso because I just can't quite wake up. So I'm sorry if I'm not my usual perky self, not that I'm that perky, but you know. Anyway, we're on the letter M, so let's pick up where we left off. And we're going to start with a group I'm really excited about. I know I loved the last artist, Malekowa. I also love this artist that I'm going to show. But it is a bit of a mystery, and I wish I knew more of the history about it. If anybody knows anything about them, I'd love to know, because I've been online, nobody seems to know anything. And I'm not even sure how you're supposed to pronounce the name of this group, because it's not a real name. The first album I have from them, and I can talk about this album a lot of connections with this album, but Hawaiian Guitars is the name of the album. The group is called, I don't know if you can see that, Malekowa. And the trade winds, you could say Malekowa, you could say Malekowa. It's not a real Hawaiian word, but if it were, that's how you could pronounce it different ways. So, this record, my grandfather, one of my earliest associations, my grandfather had this record, and I was like madly in love with it. Asked him to play it 100 million times. Kind of like the complete opposite of Sam Malekowa, which I just was in the last video. This group has not one, not two, three steel guitars, mad percussion, there's a clarinet, ukulele, and then like the usual kind of Hawaiian combo groups, but the up-tempo arrangements are just crazy and whacked out and really grand, right? Really grand. Their rendition of Hawaiian War Chant, probably my favorite of all Hawaiian War Chants, and there are like some 300 and something versions of Hawaiian War Chant I have. Love their rendition. I can listen to it like looped on an endless loop. My grandmother, interestingly, didn't really like this group because she was so much more of a sweet music person, and she loved sweet waltzes and really sweet Hawaiian music. And while they do a few sweet numbers that are very pretty, the majority of their stuff is that's kind of really crazy percussion, rocking out stuff. Okay, now what I believe to be true, I will say about this group that I don't know for a fact, but I am pretty darn sure. Malekowa is just a made-up name. The steel guitarist is Billy Muir. I'm pretty sure of that. I mean, you listen to other things that he performs on as a steel guitarist. It's this, but it's like the best Billy Muir. Like, made even crazier than he usually is. And I think, although I'm not sure, I think he's actually all three steel guitars, because there are three different steel guitars playing it. I think he's all three recorded over each other, but I'm not 100% sure. I shouldn't talk about this record endlessly, but there's something else I have to bring up about it, which is the artwork, which I also love, done by Jack Losheen, who actually did another album cover by then and did a lot of jazz record album covers. I've looked them up. There's quite a few that he's involved. They have a, you know, you can tell it's the same artist. I really like it. If anybody knows, if you look at this record cover, because this is, I've never solved this mystery, okay, to me. what is this a painting? What is this? Okay, I mean, obviously it's somewhat abstract. I mean, obviously we have a chain of flowers here. That's very obvious. We have a seagull here. That's very obvious. I This could be, this blue part could be different things. This could be the ocean with some mountains in the background and the sky. It could be just the ocean and like a wave that's broken and is rolling in. That's what that could be, either of those. Then what is this thing? What is this? I've had people say it's a window, but I'm like, yeah, but if it's a window and you're looking out, how is the seagull inside the window? That doesn't make sense. I don't understand what this is, and if you can look at this with fresh eyes and tell me, explain to me what you think this is, I would love to know, because I do not know. Anyway, love this record. I did find it years later in a European version. I thought it was going to be a different record, but it wasn't. It's called Hawaii Tattoo, and this is it right here. But it's actually the same record. It does not have the song Hawaii Tattoo on it, so I was a little disappointed with that. Oh, I didn't show you the title tracks. Let me show you the titles. This is the same as the Hawaiian Guitars album. This one is on Polydor. The American one's on Time Record Series 2000. There is not a date on it. But it had to be fairly early 60s because my grandfather had this record as long as I can remember. Then he also had this one, and I had this one too. Let's Go to Hawaii, Malekowa and the Trade Winds. And this has some of the songs that are on the previous album, and then there's some other songs by them not on that album. So it made me think there must be at least one more album out there by them if this is a sort of compilation. And sure enough, years later, I did discover one when somebody was doing not an online sale, but a sale where you mailed in to get their list of what they were selling and what they had. And they had a record by Malekowa and the Trade Winds called Hawaii Guitars and Ukuleles. And I was like, oh my God, this is the missing record I don't have. So of course I got it. And it also has artwork by Joe Losheen, and it's amazing as well, this record. So amazing too. Also, yeah, there's no date on this also. Time Series 2000, so. How much do I love Malekowa and the Trade Winds? I don't know, I can't tell you how much, just way too much. Way too much. Okay, then we have, actually, interestingly, the same time I bought this, I also believe I bought this one in that same package from that same guy. This is a group from England, called instrumental group, the Malihinis. This is a 2 LP set called Hawaiian Holiday, which I think is most erroneously like labeled or something. Like, I don't know why you would make this the cover. It's a gatefold. I mean, I get it, and you fold it out. Boom. But like, why wouldn't you make that the cover? I'm not understanding the thought process. Also, I do have to point out, this is not correct. I mean, in Hawaiian, the word is Malihini, with an I, which would be like a newcomer, the Malihinis, so whatever. But Anyway, great music. Dick Sanford is the steel guitarist here, and Don Sanford, and wrote some of the songs. He is a steel guitarist on many Hawaiian albums that came out of England in the 60s. Many of these are original compositions by Sanford and others, and I love them. It is also the kind of Hawaiian music I love. The little steel guitar, SpongeBob SquarePants, luau music, whatever. I love it. I don't understand this position either. It's a very strange position. They also misspelled luau on here by saying, oh, you can imagine the beautiful hula girls dancing at the Hawaiian luau. Like, whatever. Luau. This one is 1968, I believe, on Morgan Records. 2-record set. And I'll just end today by bringing up something interesting. So we have the Malihinis, 2-record set. Then there's a group I've shown before called the Happy Hawaiians. I have 2 records from them. They're also from 1968 and 69, I think. Same time period as the Malihinis records. If you happen to have these 2 records, you might notice that even though the song titles are different, a lot of the songs are the same songs that are on here. Some of the same songs, the original compositions of Don Sanford. Some of them that are on this one are on this one, these 2, but they have different names. And the groups sound very similar. I mean, they are pretty much the same group, I think, but, you know, slightly different arrangements, and then there's some different songs on these 2 records, but a lot of the same songs with different titles, given different names, re-recorded by a very similar ensemble of musicians. Definitely Don Sanford on steel guitar here, so they sound very, very similar. So if you happen to have Happy Hawaiians, just know that if you want it, that's great, but you know, that's very similar to this. So, yeah. In fact, you can hear how similar, right? This is Happy Hawaiians playing in the background. It sounds so similar. That's it for today. Okay, so thanks for watching, and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and let me know what you think. If you have any of these records, if you can figure out for me, what is this? What is happening in this? I don't understand. And I would love to, but nobody seems to know. Alright, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.